I don't know how I do it. It's a skill. It's a skill, really. That's why we're working hard. I guess we're just going into a little reading wrap up. Not loving the results, by the way. I got really excited. Hello, welcome to a brand new vlog. Today is the day. So in case you're new here, hi, hello, my name is Diane. I work in film and television as an on-set props person, but I'm also working on becoming a self-published author, and I make videos about that in my life, my writing process here on YouTube, and you're watching one of them. So subscribe if you like the vibe. Okay, so this week's vlog, in case you haven't been keeping up with my latest vlogs, I have officially finished my contract with work. I am done work. I am unemployed for the foreseeable future. So I don't know if you can see what's going on here, but essentially, so I finished work on Friday. Today's Wednesday. I did mention this in my last vlog, but my first order of business is a declutter, a deep clean of my entire life. Basically, I'm trying to get my life back together, get back on track with things. That's what I've been doing the last couple of days. I'm on day 3 of my declutter. But simultaneously, I'm also going to be doing some writing vlogs and doing some lives and stuff, like really getting into the writing. I'm really excited because I reached out to an editor last night and just kind of asked some questions. I'm trying to figure out what sort of edit I need, and I feel like even though I will be sending out my draft, my third draft to CPs in August. That is the goal. That's why we're working hard. Even though I'll be sending it out to CPs, I feel like at this point, I feel like there's still fundamental issues with the story. I mean, depending on what my CPs say and the changes that I'm going to be making in this third draft, I am going to be making a few changes that I think will help certain things. But I feel like there's just stuff that I'm not even seeing. I'm a little bit blind. This is the book that I've been working on for 3 years. I feel like I'm definitely missing probably some glaring issues. I don't know. Maybe I'm just doubting myself, but I'm thinking it might be worth it to get a professional set of eyes on the developmental side of things. So I think I'm going to hire them depending on if they can fit me in for developmental edits. And I'm thinking maybe December, January, which seems like it's far away, but it's also not that far away. For a slow writer, I need to finish this third draft, send it to CPs, and then make changes based on their feedback. And then that's the draft I'll be sending to my developmental editor. That's basically 2 drafts in 6-7 months, which a lot of writers I'm sure could do that, but me as a slow writer, I'm gonna need to work really hard. Now, that being said, I'm unemployed. So I'm definitely gonna be living my full-time author life as much as possible. These first 2 weeks of my unemployment, I think is gonna be a little bit slower for writing just because I am working on the deep clean and the declutter, and I'm doing it. I'm in it. I feel like my mind's gonna be a little bit distracted, but I do definitely want to get into some writing, so that's why I'm starting this vlog. I want to do a live stream at some point, maybe later this week or this weekend. It has been so long since I've done a live stream. I want to put in hours a day on this novel because I've missed it. A friend came over last night and I was talking to them about it, and I just want to keep working on it because I want to be able to share this story. And I'll talk a little bit about my publishing goals in another video in a couple months because I do have some things that I want to talk about. So yeah, this has been a little bit of a long intro, but I'm gonna get started on some decluttering for the day because I do have a doctor's appointment today. I also gotta go to work and pick something up, so I'm gonna be a little bit busy today, and I did want to finish my declutter, so I'm gonna do that, and then I'll check in when I'm doing a little bit of writing. Hello. So it's a little bit later in the day. I am doing my declutter and deep clean thing, and I basically spent the majority of the day doing that. I also had an appointment where I got some food sensitivity results. Not loving the results, by the way. So I've been kind of doing things all day, and now it's about 5:33 to be exact, and I am gonna settle in to do my first bit of writing in 3 weeks, significant writing. I feel like I've opened the document a few times in the last couple weeks and maybe made a couple of changes, but didn't actually, spend any significant amount of time working on Ben. So today, right now, for the next roughly 2 hours or so, I'm going to be just working on writing stuff. I also want to do some secret project stuff at some point tonight. I am going to go see my parents around maybe 7:38. So that'll be a nice little break, and then I'll come back and I'll probably just work on video editing for the rest of the night. So that is the plan currently. I'm definitely excited to get back into some Ben writing because it has been a little while, and I was talking to a friend of mine last night about it, and it just got me re-excited for it. And I'm just trying to kind of get things flowing again and try to get myself to be a little bit more accountable by, potentially booking an editor for a certain time and just talking about it with people. I want to get moving on it, So we're gonna work on that. I have way too many tabs open. Here he is. I'm currently, so where I left off was chapter 6. I finished the first 2 scenes of chapter 6, and now I'm moving on to the 3rd scene. I don't even know. See, I'm doing it in Google Docs, so it's not like split up by scene like it is in Scrivener, so I don't even know how many scenes are in chapter 6. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish this chapter off, and then I think I'm gonna go back and work through the manuscript in a chronological order. Like, I think I need to do that. Because there are things that I want to change, and like a bunch of them are like within the first 6 chapters. I think I just need to go in and do it. If I do get stuck for more than a day or 2, I will let myself work on an easier scene, work on an easier chapter, and then go back to the other chapter that I was working on. So I will allow myself that grace, but because I'm still in the developmental phase, I feel like that would just be the best way to go at this point. Okay, 5 scenes in chapter 6, and I'm about to start scene 3. I mean, they're not super long scenes, so here we go. Before I really dive into this, I want to talk a little bit about what my goals are, what my timeline is for Ben. I can't remember if I mentioned this in another vlog. I feel like I have. I am planning on sending this 3rd draft to my CPs August 1st. And because I have people waiting for me, I've sort of created this sense of like, I need to get this done, more so than when I set my own sort of deadlines. It feels more real knowing that there are people waiting to get this. So August 1st is when I'm sending it out to CPs. I would like to finish the draft and then have a little bit of time to do a little once over really quick before I send it off to them. So my deadline to complete the 3rd draft is going to be July 16th, which will give me 15 days to do a read through and any sort of little adjustments that I feel like I need to make before I send it out to CPs, which means I have 60 days. Oh my god, that does not sound long enough at all. So I have 60 days to complete this 3rd draft. 60 divided by, no, 12 days. I need to complete a chapter every roughly 2.5 days. A part of me is like, absolutely, that's totally doable because you're not working right now. Like, you have all the time in the world to write. But even back in 2020 when I was doing the 0 draft and I was unemployed and I had all the time in the world to write, like, I'm still just a slow writer. I know that this is different because that was like 0 drafting, and this is like, I already have so much to work with. I'm just revising. I will be writing brand new scenes and stuff like that, but I want to say in theory it should be quicker than drafting. But those are the numbers. That's kind of the timeline I'm working with. That's how much work I need to get done within that amount of time. Those are my deadlines. That's what's going on. So ideally, I would love to finish chapter 6 today because I didn't count this chapter in that math that I just did. So I need to finish chapter 6 today, and then starting tomorrow, I'll have 2.5 days to complete a chapter. I can do that. I feel like the first few days might be a little hard because I am still doing my deep clean, my declutter, and like figuring my life out. But I have every intention of getting into a really solid groove and really just living my like full-time author dream life. So here we go. Good morning. So today is May 19th. It's the new moon today, if you're into that. I just wanted to do a quick little update. I'm actually just making some breakfast and I'm gonna go. I have a hair appointment today. I'm getting my hair redone finally. This morning I had spent some time like going through some paperwork. I'm still kind of doing the tail end of my decluttering. I've been doing a lot of decluttering, and then there was just a lot of like miscellaneous stuff that I needed to go through or like put into their appropriate places. So I've been doing that. I'm gonna eat some breakfast before I leave in like 25 minutes, but I just quickly wanted to do a little update because I'm feeling so good about getting deep into my Ben revisions. Like, I'm feeling so good. So as you know, I finished the rest of chapter 6 the other day, day before yesterday. So I'm going back to chapter 1 and doing things in chronological order. So I went back and read through chapter 1, and I don't know, I just felt like I had more clarity. The first 5 chapters I think need a lot of work. There are some good scenes, but it needs a lot of work. And so I've always kind of struggled because I don't know exactly how or what or whatever. But when I was reading over it the other night, it just like things were like sticking out to me, and I was like, oh, this needs to not be here. This needs to come a little bit later, or like this is too much. Like, it just felt a lot clearer to me, and I got really excited. So I made some notes to myself in the document before I went to bed and I went to sleep. And yesterday I did a little bit of work on chapter 1. I didn't vlog yesterday, but I did a little bit more work where I kind of started to move things around. And yeah, like, it's feeling really good. Like, I knew in general, like, it felt a little too clunky, and I knew that it wasn't good, but I didn't quite have like a clear, like, okay, this is what I need to do. And I feel like I'm getting a bit more clarity when it comes to that stuff. So that felt really good, and I just wanted to mention that. So when I get back from my hair appointment, I'm gonna do more of like my apartment and like deep clean, declutter stuff. And then in the evening, I might hang out with a friend today, I don't know. But in the evening, I'm gonna spend at least 2 hours working on Ben and then work on some editing as well. I have a vlog that's almost ready to come out, so I gotta finish that up. And yeah, that's the update. It's nothing super significant, but it feels really good to me. Like I'm really excited to get into these Ben revisions. I know that there's a lot of work to be done, but I'm really excited to do the work. Okay, I'm gonna eat and then go to my hair appointment. Next time you see me, my hair will be all fresh and done, so see you in a bit. Hair is done. So that took just about as long as I had expected it to take. It's 3 p.m. I've been sitting for most of the morning. Actually, it's the one thing I really love. I mean, I love every part of going to get my hair done, but one thing I really love about getting my hair done is that I just sit there and read for like 4 hours. So I made some progress in the book I'm currently reading. I'll show you. Believe it or not, I'm still reading this, but I made a whole bunch of progress today, so I only have this much left. It took me a while to like get back into it because it had been so long since I read it, so I was like trying to remember who these people were and like what the associations were and what they had done and all that stuff, but I'm in it. I adore Stephen King, so anything he writes I will read. Like I never want him to stop writing. I never want him to die. I want him to live forever and write books forever so that I could read them until the end of time. But yeah, so I'm currently working on this book. I realize I haven't really talked about what I'm reading. That's because I mostly am not really reading, but I'm also kind of reading at all times. This book is one of the ones that I'd like to get done. This I started like, I want to say I started this in 2021. Like it's just, yeah. So this is going to be my second book that I finished this year. No, my third book. So the first book that I read this year was, I guess we're just going into a little reading wrap up. So far this year, I'm well behind in my Goodreads. Also, if you're wondering why I'm talking so fast, it's because I went to get Starbucks and anyway, the 2 books that I've read this year so far are Home by Trinity Lamb. I'll have that link down below. And then I also read in like one sitting Rising Above the Moon by Hannah Rush. I'll have that link down below as well. And she also has a YouTube channel, so I'll link that down below. So this will be my third book for the year, and I think I have a pretty low goal. It's like 12 books. No, 24? 24. So I'm at 2, and according to Goodreads, I am 7 books behind schedule. So on my Kindle, I'm also technically reading Broken Perfect Lies by Wismer. Oh, I'm also reading the like Forever Burn series. I don't know, is that what it's called? It's also by Trinity Lamb. I think it's a trilogy. So I'm on the first book. I'm partway through. I'm like about 30% through that one. And then with Broken Perfect Lies, I'm about 10%. I might do a little bit more reading as well while I'm in bed right before I go to sleep. I need to not be on my phone. I need to not go on my phone before bed. I need to not have it in bed because your girl's trying to wake up at like 5:30, 6 a.m. every day because I'm just a morning person in that way. If I wake up after 9 a.m., I feel like I've wasted the day. So I want to wake up early and I need to fix my sleep schedule. I've actually done pretty well. I'm waking up at 6:15 right now. But yeah, I'm going to do some work around here because I have been sitting for a long time. So I'm going to spend an hour or two just kind of doing home stuff. And then I'm going to get to some Ben writing. And I'm very excited. I also need to work on my secret project soon. I did a little bit of work on it the other day and I've kind of been thinking about stuff for that. So I need to work on that as well. But yeah, I'll update you in a little bit when I'm doing some Ben writing. Oh my god, it's so hot in my apartment. I definitely should have charged my camera battery, but I didn't. Also, I'm not gonna lie. I did very little house deep clean declutter things today after I got home from doing my hair. Instead, I spent some time creating TikToks. But anyway, you're probably wondering what this like neon, like it looks so scary in there. Okay, it looks scary in person too. This is like a Cheetos brand like mac and cheese, and this is a ketchup, like a cheesy ketchup mac and cheese. I've never tried it before, so I wanted to taste test it. And then I just threw in some chicken that like I had left over. Like it's seasoned chicken, and I don't know that the flavors are gonna go well together, but we're gonna taste test this really quick before I tell you a little bit about what's going on with Ben. It smells ketchupy and cheesy and buttery. Okay, it's fine. There's definitely that ketchupy flavor. Like I love ketchup things, by the way. Ketchup chips, ketchup popcorn, ketchup. It is a little bit weird. It's got like this tang to it. Like it's a little cheesy, but it's mostly just like kind of tangy. My body likes nothing that's going on in here. The chicken is fine. but like everything else, not so much. Basically, here's an update. I'm spending these next couple days trying to eat through the majority of the stuff that I have at home because I did I don't know if I mentioned it, but I went to do a food sensitivity test. This is the second test that I've done. And the results came back. I went to go see my doctor on Wednesday. And there are a few things that like I already knew and were kind of the same as like the previous food sensitivity test that I did. There were 2 different methods. So I wanted to see if there were any like common foods and stuff, and definitely there are. And there are also just things that I noticed, things that I already knew. When I eat those things, I have some sort of reaction that is not great. And so my doctor wants me to do an elimination diet where I stop eating the things on the list that I am most sensitive to, like that have like the biggest reaction. I'm eating through a bunch of the stuff that I have at home that are like part of the list of like no foods. So I don't want to like throw them out, and my parents like don't really eat this sort of stuff. So I'm giving myself the rest of this week to just eat like all the crappy stuff that makes me feel shitty. And then I'll be doing a grocery run and just buying, the things that I can eat. A lot of the things that I do tolerate well and that I'm not sensitive to are things that I really enjoy as well. Definitely a few major tweaks to my diet, but also nothing that seems impossible. So, the chicken works. Okay. So really quick, because my camera is gonna die. I am working on chapter 1. Chapter 1, the main issue with chapter 1 is that it's bad. Even though from my 0 draft to my 2nd draft, I took out a lot of like heavy just like info dumping and like stream of consciousness stuff. Like I took a lot of that out. There's still more fat to trim, and I'm sort of working out and realizing where I can thin things out and where I can move things, like move information to like later on in the chapter. So I definitely will be working on that today. I feel like I'm a little bit behind already on like my 2.5 days per chapter. I feel like I need to finish this chapter like quick. Now let me be clear, because I feel like I'm definitely a slow writer. But I know it seems like it takes me forever to finish a chapter or like a scene or whatever. My chapters are long. Like the majority of my chapters are like over 5K. There are very few that are under 5K, and there are some that are like over like 13K. So my chapters are very long to begin with, and I'm a slow writer, so it does take me a while to get through chapters. I wish they were more like in the 1500 to like 2500 range. I feel like I'd be getting through chapters a lot quicker. But your girl likes to overwrite yet underwrite at the same time. I don't know how I do it. It's a skill. It's a skill, really. Hello, I've been doing a lot more standing up updates in this vlog because I actually have my tripod out because I'm filming my like deep clean. As you can maybe see, everything is a mess. Anyway, today is Sunday. It's May 21st. It's my best friend's birthday. So I'm a little bit disappointed in myself because I didn't do any Ben work yesterday. I think I like opened the document when I was in bed, like going to bed last night, but I didn't do any substantial work. Even though I do have a little bit of wiggle room with my like personal deadline of July 16th. If I need a couple extra days, I can do that, and then I would just have to make my read through and stuff shorter. I don't want to get too behind, and I really want to keep making like some serious progress. So today I'm hosting a live stream that'll obviously already be up by the time this comes up, so I'll have it linked down below. Even though I am pretty nervous because I haven't done a live stream in like almost a year, I made myself schedule a live stream for this weekend because I really want to get some work done. And I'm flirting with the idea, and you'll again already know this if I end up doing it, I'm flirting with the idea of doing live streams like every other day. That might be kind of fun. That might be a little much, maybe not every other day, but like a few times a week. Just to really, have some accountability and like rally with the community and you who like, support me and want to see me succeed and finish Ben and share Ben with the world. So I might be doing some more live streams, some more regular live streams, and I'll have some guests on if I can. I feel like I really want to do that. We'll see how today goes. I'm like super awkward and like nervous when it comes to live streams. I think that's something that would be really good for me in my writing and for connecting with you guys more often and just all of that stuff. So I think that's what we're doing. I have a lot of work to do still in my deep clean. I'm on the second last day of my deep clean and I need to get to work. So I just wanted to do a quick update about that. I don't even know what I updated. What did I even say? Oh yeah, I was disappointing myself. So I go live in about 10 minutes. I think I have everything that I need. My laptop, I should plug it in though. I have my physical copy of draft 2 of Ben. I have my notes from my 0 draft read through, and then I just need to open up my Scrivener. I draft 2 of Ben in Scrivener, which also has notes. I have notes in 3 different places right now, but that's okay. Plus my Scrivener also has like, you know, all the character profiles and World of Story notes and research notes and any other thing that I might ever possibly need to write this story. So, okay, so everything is open. I'm getting nervous. This is why I don't do lives that often, because it makes me so nervous. Anyway, I'm gonna go into the studio and stuff and get ready. I'm so nervous. I'm just nervous. It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna be fine. You're fine. This first chapter is gonna need a lot of work. If I can finish revising the first scene of chapter 1, that would be great. But we'll see. Oh my god, 8 people. 8 people are waiting. I'll see you after the live when I'm a lot sweatier, but I think feeling pretty happy and accomplished. Hopefully, at least happy. I don't know why, but I am feeling so sleepy and tired. I think tonight's gonna be an early night. I've been waking up between like 6 and 6:30 for the since every day since I've finished work, and then like going to bed, like getting into bed around like 11. It's been feeling so good waking up early and having like the full day. Ideally, I want to go to bed at like 9:30. Like I want to be in bed. I want to be like dozing off by like 10:15. I can't remember if I mentioned the progress that I made, but did I? Honestly, right now, I can't even remember if I did an update after my live stream. If I did, then you won't be watching this. If I didn't, hi. So the live stream was so nice. I love hanging out. I just love hanging out. Like, it definitely makes me nervous and I feel super, like, socially awkward. But I really want to work through that because I love just hanging out and talking and, like, writing together and stuff. Like, that's so cool. So I'm gonna keep thinking about a way to incorporate more live streams, like more, you know, hangouts throughout the week and stuff, especially during my time off. So yeah, right now though, I'm running a little bit late. I gotta get ready to go. I'm gonna go meet my parents. My mom, actually, she called me at like 4:30 and asked if I wanted to go with her and my dad to eat dinner at Mandarin. At first I was like, no, I'm gonna try to do some more deep cleaning, but no, I'm just too tired. Like, I'm just feeling too tired. I'm feeling very heavy and low energy. So I said, yes, I will meet you guys at the restaurant. I haven't seen them in a couple days. And I don't know, nowadays I'm really, I'm more conscious of, you know, the fact that my parents are getting older and I'm trying to spend as much time with them as possible. So I'm glad I said yes because, between me needing to take a break, clearly, because I'm too tired, and spending time with my parents, you know, it's a win-win. I'm gonna go get ready for that. I don't know, I think like by the time I get back home, I think I'm just gonna do a bit of reading. I'm trying to finish my Stephen King book, and then I'm gonna just go to sleep. I'm just gonna fall asleep. I'm gonna fall asleep and then start bright and early tomorrow, and it's gonna be a good friggin' day. Hello, so it's been a number of days since the last time I vlogged for this vlog, so I just wanted to come back here and kind of let you know what's up and close off this vlog because I've been editing it and it's long for no reason. So I'm here to kind of give you a little wrap up of what, how much writing essentially I've done in like the two and a bit weeks that I have been unemployed. Today's Tuesday, it's May 30th, it's almost the end of the month. I have essentially been unemployed since May 13th. I started the first, essentially the first weekend, a couple days where the first like 10 days were mostly focused on deep cleaning, decluttering, doing all that stuff. I have managed to do some Ben writing in the last 2.5 weeks. I have finished, so you already saw, I finished chapter 6. I think that was in my last vlog. I finished chapter 6. I went back to chapter 1 to start to go in chronological order. I finished chapter 1. The first like 5 chapters, they need a lot of work. Chapter 1 is better than it was, but I'm really struggling with like the first paragraph, like the opening. I'm struggling with it still. So I think I'm gonna need to do another pass before I send it to CPs, although we'll see. But it definitely is a lot better. So I'm happy with that. I then this happened by accident, okay? I went to chapter 11 because I wanted to read like a scene from it. So I went, and as I was reading the scene, I was like fixing errors and like changing sentences and like weird word choices and stuff. So I was doing that, and then I got to the end of the scene and I was like, oh, and I was doing it on my phone. Like I was literally just reading it on my phone. So then I got to the end of it and I was like, oh, I just like edited that scene. There isn't like too much more in this. There's like, I think it was all in total, there was like 3 scenes in chapter 11. So I was like, let me just read the rest of the scenes in this chapter and edit those. And then I did. So chapter 11 is done. Now chapter 11 is like one of the chapters that didn't need a lot of changes at this stage. It might not, I don't know. It might eventually, but for this draft, the one I'm sending to my CPs, I didn't have any planned changes for that chapter. So I knew it would be a pretty quick chapter. But I don't know, I think there's something about like editing on my phone. I feel like I just like see things differently. Like I see things more and I can like, I just have more clarity. Like I feel like I can see more of like the issues and like more of what I can do to change and like make things better. I'm also working on secret project stuff, which I'm very excited about, and I hope that you guys are excited about because I'm gonna be talking about it soon. I'm gonna be kind of letting you in on the secret. So just keep your eyes peeled in like August. That's all I'm gonna say. So yeah, that's the progress I've made so far. That is my goal for today. I'm also gonna be working on secret project stuff, obviously, and video editing and just kind of all this stuff. I've been kind of working out what I want my like daily routine and daily schedule to be this last like week and a bit. So I am gonna make a video all about that, just sort of taking you through my you know, my new daily routine, my writing routine, my ideal routine essentially. So yeah, let me know how you're doing. Let me know what you're up to. Let me know how your writing is going. Let me know how your reading is going. What are you watching? Let me know all the things. Thank you so much for watching, and if you got to the end of this video, comment down below, stay gold, because you are gold. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.